up, guys? It's Baylor here, and this might be a surprise to you guys, but yes, this is a new thing I'm doing on the channel. I wanted to do a podcasting. It's been on my mind recently, and I just thought it would be fun because, you know, it would give you a chance to, know my thoughts on certain things. It just doesn't have to be a rap battler. Like, it can just be anything, and really, it's gonna have like a different topic. Like, it can be like anything we want, and yeah, it's gonna be different every time. I'll have different guests. It's not just gonna be like me and like the people I have to here today. So today I am here with two awesome people, Stofferex, and I'm here with Cam, aka Titanium1208, and today we're just gonna be talking about like what's been pretty much a thing, surprisingly, just video game movies. So yeah, pretty much it's just like out of nowhere. It's just like more recently, like video game movies have been popping up more and more, and surprisingly, it's been getting a pretty decent streak like recently. Starting with I believe Detective Pikachu, and then surprisingly the second Angry Birds movie, which I saw, which was surprisingly good, and now we have Sonic the Hedgehog, which we thought was gonna be bad, but was surprisingly really good. But before we get on to that, I kind of want to start from like the beginning. Um, so the first one is just like pretty much video game movies like in the past, which was pretty much, if not, I believe like 90% were like just pure shit.
Screw you! I love Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
I said 90%.
Okay,
Okay, wait. I heard. I thought you were going to say, but then you said Armageddon.
well, I think I'm in Annihilation. Either way, the joke still stands.
Yeah.
That movie is terrible.
Yeah.
I know the first one's great. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, but back then,
bad one.
Back then, it was just like the first Mortal Kombat movie was pretty much like the only like good video game movie that was like out there, and for a long time we just had like shit after shit. Like, and there's like been some really like standout, just pure garbage like video game movies, like the Super Mario Brothers movie, for example, which I found a DVD when going at Target one time, and I had never heard of it. I have never seen anything from it. I just saw it. I was like, oh, they made a Super Mario Bros. Movie. That's cool. So I bought it. I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is this movie?
I felt so sorry for freaking Bob Hoskins, Dennis Hopper, and John Leguizamo the whole freaking time.
Yeah.
Especially Dennis Hopper. I felt so bad.
Mm.
Apparently he like actually talked crap to the directors on set, which made me happy. I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, go down swinging.
Like, have you
Could
ever
have been Arnold Schwarzenegger.
have you even played the Mario games? What's a game?
I think they played like the first level for like 5 minutes. Like, that's all the directors played.
Yeah.
And Bob Hoskins was drunk the entire time.
Jeez.
I don't blame him. And yeah, apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to play Bowser at some point. That would have been a very different movie.
Mario, I have the princess.
But I think you mean King Koopa. There's no Bowser.
Whatever.
Monkey!
Monkey.
Alt,
Oh,
there's
God,
no
the
Princess
Princess
Peach.
Yeah, there's
Just
Daisy, which is
Daisy
weird.
got the role.
And I'm like the only person who's sad that Peach isn't in the movie.
Yeah, screw you.
Actually, it's better that she's not in it. How about that?
I guess.
I don't know why
Yeah.
they went Super Mario Land all of a sudden.
Yeah. But what are other video game movies that back then that are like pure shit?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, I have like
I never saw that one.
yeah, I never saw
Is
it
it that
mainly
bad?
because I don't know jack shit about Assassin's Creed, so
I
did
saw
not
it,
know
and
to
for
think.
what I didn't see it, but from what I've heard, it basically, the namesake of the movie, Assassin's Creed, that apparently only show up like a few minutes in the movie, and otherwise it's just a bunch of crap. Like, basically, Assassin's Creed, like the main story, as far as I know, is about Desmond Miles, and he goes to this laboratory, and he gets put into a capsule or whatever, so he can see his ancestors and what they did, and they were all assassins. And Yeah, most of the movies the boring crap.
Uh,
All I know is it wasn't Ezio, so I didn't care.
yeah, who was it? Was it like Altair, or was it just like a completely like new guy?
No, it was not Altair, it was not Ezio, it was not Connor or Edward or Corvo.
Okay, maybe it's just like a whole new thing, which is kind of weird.
That may be a reason why it failed.
Yeah. Other video game movies in the past. There was a Street Fighter movie with.
Going keep that bison.
Yeah, of course.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's it. I don't remember much from it. But I know of it. I did watch like Nostalgia Critics like reviewing it, but I don't remember like that much.
Freaking Bison's actor is like the best. I'm so sad he's dead.
Mm.
So is
Of course.
Dennis Hopper and I think Bob Hoskins as well. But I'm so sad Bison's actor is gone. He's so freaking great. Just the day Bison destroyed your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Of course.
Of course.
I love it. Of course. But yeah, that I think even Dan gets like kind of a speaking cameo in that. Like freaking Ken's like, yeah, who the hell is Dan? Like, why did they reference Dan?
Oh, that's from the Street Fighter movie?
I think that was a different Street Fighter movie though. It was like.
Oh, am I thinking of a different one? Oh man.
Yeah, because the Street Fighter movie is about Guile. Is Ryu even in that movie?
I'm almost certain he is.
I feel like it should be. It can't be a Street Fighter movie without Ryu because that would be weird.
I remember he's in the freaking Street Fighter, the movie, the game. So is Zangief and freaking Akuma's in that for some reason. He's not in the movie.
Akuma was in there. He was not in the movie.
Well, he's the only one that's in the game that's not in the movie. And that one,
because fan service.
Well, yeah, it's Akuma. I mean, I will say this movie is probably better than the cartoon, where Akuma's white and Blanca is Hulk and Dr. Claw mixed together.
The cartoon is hilarious on how bad it is.
Yeah.
You want some cornflakes?
The Mortal Kombat cartoon's pretty bad too, where it's just like combat time.
Isn't it just like no gore at all? It's just like basic.
You try to market it. They try to market it for kids, so it's like your typical team of superheroes fighting the team of bad guys and whatnot. And God, Sonya is the worst character in that show because
it's a good thing nowadays. Like Mortal Kombat is getting like certain like movies, which is ramping up like gore and shit. It's like rated R now. Not only with like the upcoming like live action Mortal Kombat movie, but the one with like the straight to DVD animated movie, which is Scorpion's Revenge, I think it's called. Like it looks good.
Oh yeah, that one.
I can't wait for that.
That one looks cool.
Yeah.
But I am kind of worried because it's called Scorpion's Revenge, which makes me think that finally Scorpion is the main protagonist. But one of the trailer makes it look like it's just a retelling of the first game. Like the Scorpion barely showed up in the first trailer. It's like what the hell?
Yeah, the first trailer made it seem like it to be like a fucking just a basic Mortal Kombat
retelling.
movie and like yeah. But the second trailer does actually show like more of like Scorpion's like origins with you know his war with like the Lin Kuei and shit.
Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of has
on that cartoon. Funny trivia, by the way. Jax apparently used to be fat.
In a cartoon?
Gotcha.
Yeah, like he talks to Raiden and is like, "I used to be fat. And I'm not talking about a little bit chubby. I used to be really fat." Hey.
That's nice nugget of knowledge, Jax. I almost said Shaq.
Sure.
I don't want to do that.
No.
It's infecting my brain. And for
So
the 8
much.
of you who get
They
that.
changed so much in that cartoon. I think Ermac, who in the game is a creation by Shang Tsung by like merging thousands of souls into like one being. Here he's basically just a dude in a red costume.
You know why I hate
And I
the
think
second
Rain
Mortal Kombat movie?
was also Kitana's ex-boyfriend or something.
I hate it because Rain gets absolutely screwed. He just shows up and then just gets kicked into a pit and dies. Come on!
Yeah.
The only upside is he doesn't get to be in this movie.
Yeah, I never actually grew up with the cartoons of like that much of the those are like based on video games. But the only ones that I can like remember watching was like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah,
And
I watched that. And
I have a lot of DVDs of that show, and I know it's like silly like how it is, but honestly I don't mind it. It honestly kind of fits for me.
I think it's charming, honestly.
Yeah, it's like one of the
The
only
freaking
good
Sonic.
video. Actually, there's like a lot of like video game like cartoons that are actually pretty good. I can't remember any like
I
others.
a
Yeah, like
lot of
on top.
people like Sonic Saturday, freaking Freedom
Yeah,
Fighters.
that's another one. That's a good one.
I mean, the most obvious one that probably everyone grew up with, Pokemon.
Oh yeah, of course.
Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much
I
like
mean,
any
that was the
pretty.
cartoon was my first introduction to Pokemon. I didn't even know it was a game like years after.
Yeah, pretty much like anything. If it's an anime, if it's like a video game based on an anime, it's like an anime movie on a video game. Then chances are it might possibly be good. Like
Yeah,
Maybe.
there's Bayonetta, Devil May
I forgot
Cry.
about Bayonetta. I need to
Yeah, they
see
have like
that.
little.
It looked good.
Yeah. Um,
But yeah,
Phoenix Wright has an anime.
that's right.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's good. I haven't heard much from it to be
It's
honest.
just a
From what
retelling of the games, but Cody loves it.
yeah,
Someone who loves
honestly,
the games, he loves it.
it kind of fits. Like if you like never grew up with the games, I feel like the anime could work for you if you need to like if you want to try out like one of the new games while you never grew up with it. Then I feel like the anime could work for you if
Well, if you
like
have a
get caught up
Nintendo
on.
Switch,
Oh
if you have
yeah.
a Nintendo Switch, you can get like I think the first three games.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, forget. And speaking of video game movies, because Phoenix Ace Attorney has a video game movie in Japan.
Oh
It's
yeah,
live
Yeah, there are
action,
some in
and
Japan that
it's
I
hard to
actually never
look
see.
at some points.
Yeah, it's kind of
Phoenix
yeah,
looks so stupid.
yeah.
To be fair, if any real
uh,
person had that hair, it's not the actor himself. It's just if anyone had that hair, it
Yeah,
would
pretty
look
much
dumb.
any like
to be fair,
anime looking spiky hair, it kind of doesn't work live action.
you know that if America tried to do an Ace Attorney movie, the hair would look so generic.
Pretty
It'd be
much.
CGI.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't I don't even think they would put that much effort into it.
I mean, maybe if people care enough, I guess. But to be fair, that's
I
never
don't know.
helped before.
Uh,
Uh, but yeah, oh yeah, one video game movie that I watched, which I was like, for was Tekken.
yeah, I was gonna just mention that. I feel like yeah, I never
There is
I never saw it,
there is
but
a couple
what how was that? It was like I know you didn't like it, but like what
of
specifically?
Tekken movies.
Because I know you were like a
First,
Tekken like nut.
yeah, like the first one is called like Tekken the Motion Picture, which is a retelling of Tekken 2, and it's anime by the way.
Uh huh.
But they switch Kazuya and Heihachi's roles because in the game, Kazuya is the main villain of Tekken 2, while Heihachi is like the anti-hero. Here, though, Kazuya is like the anti-hero type of guy, and Heihachi is the main villain. That one is all right. Like it's okay. I wish there was more of them because like the ending kind of makes it seem like there's going to be a sequel, but there wasn't. Yeah, then there's the live action Tekken movie, which is retelling of Jin's story, and they butcher it so freaking bad.
Mm.
It's kind of like the Dragon Ball evolution of Tekken, seriously.
Mm.
And lastly, there's Tekken Blood Vengeance, which is just like a spin off movie, and it's sort of anime to look like the actual games. And I kind of like that movie.
Yeah.
Wish it was more like that.
Oh yeah, there's more Street Fighter movies. Friggin' Legend of Chun Li.
Yeah, there's a lot of Street Fighter movies. I
No,
think
the
there's-
Legend of Chun
the
Li,
anime
the live action one that is pure hot garbage,
Yeah,
and
I-
I hate it forever.
yeah, I've never
There's the
seen
anime
those.
ones, and they're all right.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
anime
no-
ones are.
I saw a
okay.
bit of like some of the
Okay.
animated ones. Yeah.
Those are good.
So
Like I've seen Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter, I think it's Alpha, and Street Fighter 4, the anime movies.
Yeah.
so the fucking as of recently, like video game movies have like started popping up more and more. I think it started beginning with Warcraft, which is the World of Warcraft movie.
Yeah, I never saw it, but I heard people actually did somewhat like it.
Yeah,
I've never
I
seen
don't
it.
really yeah, I didn't really care for World of Warcraft, therefore I didn't like really see the movie. But
I think Warcraft is all right. It has some nice mythology to it, but I was never too into it. So
yeah, I'm just not into those like kinds of games. Like I know there are like fans of it, and I'm not judging if you do, but yeah, it's just like it's like those kinds of games where I don't want to like really kind of put that kind of time into, because it kind of drains like a lot.
I mean,
You have a life.
Yeah. um.
do we though?
mm,
Do we
Uh.
really?
But yeah, it started. So anyway, yeah, it started with Warcraft, and then after that, it was Assassin's Creed, which you discussed already, and um,
Oh yeah, there was also actually, I just remembered the first movie I saw from the previous decade, the 2010s, which was apparently Prince of Persia, made by Disney of all people.
I did remember there being a Prince of Persia movie. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was in that.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is the prince. I never played any of the Prince of Persia movies, so I don't know really why I watched it. I think it was just because, oh, it's a movie based on a video game. That's cool. And I don't remember too much from the movie. I just remember it being like okay, I
Yeah, I
guess.
didn't even know it was like based on like a video game. I just thought it was like a base, no, like another like Disney movie.
I
Um,
also thought that.
yeah. Um, but yeah, after it was Warcraft and Assassin's Creed, um, and the final chapter for the Resident Evil movie series, which I've never seen, but I don't really want it because judging from them, they don't really shout Resident Evil to me.
They're
Um,
not that good.
yeah,
Imagine giving
Oh yeah,
Nemesis
there.
a low plot.
yeah.
Actually, I saw Silent Hill a long time ago. That one was all right. I mean, Pyramid Head was in it, even though he shouldn't be in the first movie, at least.
Mm. And then after that, it was Tomb Raider, which I did saw. It was pretty boring, and
Which one? The one with
it's
Angelina Jolie or the
the
Swede?
the newest one, which is based on like the
Ah,
rebooted game. Like, should I call it reboot? Yeah, it's like the more like like today's version of like Tomb Raider. I saw it. It was pretty boring. Not it was. I saw a couple of cliches with it. Um, I know there are some people who thinks it's okay, and I won't judge you for like liking any of these movies, but yeah. And after that, and after that was like a surprising one, which is a Rampage out of all things, with Dwayne the
I
Rock
have
Johnson.
I haven't seen that one yet,
Yeah, I
but
haven't either.
I have it on Blu-ray actually, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. I remember seeing the trailer in like I don't know which movie I saw, but I do remember seeing like the trailer for the first time in a theater. I'm like, why is Dwayne like why is like Dwayne Rock like why is The Rock like hanging out with like all these I don't know which movie like was going on at the time, but I feel like there was also another movie at the time that had these monsters with Dwayne the Rock Johnson at the same time. I can't remember what it is though. But I remember I was like, this is like an okay movie. Then I saw the screen. I was like, Rampage.
The
I was
only
like,
thing that
oh, that's what it is.
the only thing that made me scratch my head though was that I grew up with Rampage Total Destruction on PlayStation 2. That was a fun game.
Yeah, I knew of Rampage. Yeah.
Uh, so I have a little bit of nostalgia for Rampage.
Hmm.
So when I saw like the monsters, like first, yeah, like in the game, the monsters are actually human mutated into giant monsters. But I guess the concept was a little bit too silly for this movie, which tried to be more action oriented. So they're all animals originally. Like George, for some reason, is a white gorilla.
Hmm.
Ralph is now a four-legged flying wolf, and Lizzie got changed completely. In the game, Lizzie is a dinosaur, but now she's a giant crocodile.
I feel like that would make sense because dinosaurs are extinct.
I don't know. Maybe they could make some bullcrap excuse that whatever mutated them touched like a dinosaur fossil, so it brought it back to life and mutated it. I think that
A
would be
wizard
cool.
did it.
So,
Hmm. But afterwards,
again, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what mutated them. So
I believe it was like some sort of like mystical kind of like thing artifact they found, and some sort of like the beam of it just so happened to like make those animals grow or some shit. That's what I remember
I
from the
told you, a
trailer. I don't
wizard
know what it
did it.
really is. I never saw the movie.
A wizard did it.
Wizard.
sure,
But
it was Gandalf.
mm, but after that, it's after Rampage. I feel like that's where people were like the studios were like, okay, we gotta pull something. Actually, I don't know if Rampage did good. Like Tomb Raider and Rampage have like 50% around the 50 areas around like Rotten Tomatoes, and I know I don't take Rotten Tomatoes like seriously anymore because some of them are kind of pretty bullshit. But uh But Rampage and Tomb Raider, like they have like 50%. So it's that I feel like that's more in like the kind of area. But I feel like
Rampage is pretty much a pure like popcorn flick. Like basically, you pop it in just to get like pure entertainment, I guess.
pretty much, I guess. But afterwards,
No, popcorn.
yeah, but afterwards it was like I feel like that's where studios were like, okay, we gotta make a really good video game movie. We just had to put more effort, and that's when they decided to do Detective Pikachu, which at first I was like, that's weird for this being the first live action Pokemon movie, but I digress. But and we all saw Detective Pikachu, and for me, it was like when I first watched it. Wait, actually, when I first saw the trailers, actually, the first trailer, I was like, I didn't know what to think because live action. Because at the time it was like the first live action video game movie, and at the time it was like video game movies are like, yeah, I don't know about this. I do find it weird that it's like this is like the first live action Pokemon movie, and when I saw the trailer, I didn't know what to think, but it grew on me more and more, and that's what I felt like when it came to actually watching the movie. Because at first, when I first saw it, I was like, it was like an okay movie. There's like a lot of flaws I have with it, and at the time it was like a 6 out of 10. But then I bought like the DVD when it was released there, and over time it kind of grew more and more on me. I was like, you know what, this is kind of like a fun kind of film you could just like sit back and like relax to. So, and right now I feel like it stands at like a 7 for me. So, so yeah, the rest of you
Yeah,
guys like saw
when
it, so you could tell me your thoughts.
Miller, I had like a, I remember, I think I had like a big stupid grin on my face. I was like, no way. Like, as a kid, I used to love Pokemon and Digimon, and I remember like my friends also used to be into that. We talked about like, yeah, hey, how would it look like if Pokemon or Digimon were like live action, stuff like that, you know? I never really thought it would actually happen, but surprise, surprise, 2019, it happened. And it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, but seeing like one of your childhood ideas come to life in a way, and I thought it looked pretty good, most of it. Like,
Yeah, I thought most
they
of the
were
designs of
faithfully
Pokemon were pretty
created.
good.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh, I will say the story is a little bit generic, but I personally don't care because this movie is clearly marketed, like main marketed towards kids. And yeah, I know. As a kid, if I was a kid, if I was the same kid I used to be, now I definitely would have eaten this up like right away.
mhm. Um, yeah, I remember I wasn't like when I saw Detective Pikachu in the theater. It was like on premiere day, and there was just like these kids like they were like in the same row as me. They were like from it was like about 10 seats to the left of me, and it was like this Asian like father and his two Asian boys, and it was like just the kid was like there was like one kid that just kept calling out the names of like the Pokemon, which was getting which would get distracting like really really easily for me. I know, yeah, they're kids, but I want to enjoy the movie without being interrupted by someone. So pretty much every time a Pokemon popped up, this kid would say the name. It was like, "Hey, BG, Pikachu." It was like, oh my god, kid, quiet.
Shut your face hole.
I'm gonna shut your mouth. um, but yeah, uh, yeah, Detective Pikachu was honestly like pretty good, and I don't know if they're making a sequel, but if they are, then I would be down.
I hope so.
Heard that there might be a Detective Pikachu sequel. I also heard that pretty much Pokemon Origins, or at least the story of Red, is going to be made, but live action.
That'd be interesting because there's a lot of shit in Pokemon Red alone that you
Yeah.
can cram into one movie, and I don't think you can.
I also feel like that would
It's
be a
gonna be
little bit.
hard.
I also feel like that would be a little bit more of a mature movie as well, considering that the games are a little bit darker than the anime.
Maybe. Um, but yeah.
Surprising thing for me,
Mhm.
the Pikachu speak, and I noticed the voice that came out of it.
Yeah, it was Ryan Reynolds. I knew instant. I knew like from the trailers. I was like, hey, it's a Deadpool.
Uh,
That's the
I was like,
reason my
wait,
dad even
Deadpool?
watched it.
hmm But yeah, he
I
did.
almost to swear and make sex joke or talk about chimichangas.
Uh, I know people would have liked Danny DeVito because in the games that's kind of what he sounded like. But honestly, I think Ryan Reynolds did fine as he was as like Pikachu.
Yeah.
Um, but
I guess the one thing that was distracting was the fact that I'm so used to him being Deadpool, and as Pikachu, he is a little bit snarky and sarcastic, but he's definitely way more serious than Deadpool. So it's a little bit distracting when you definitely hear like Deadpool's voice being like so out of Deadpool's character.
he, like slaps Mr. Mime. He's like, okay, listen up, Pennywise.
That thing was creepy.
Yeah. Mr. Mime is like really off-putting for a lot of people.
He had dodgeball shoulders.
Yeah.
Like,
I
they
mean,
had
that's
the
what he-
texture of dodgeballs.
I mean, that's what he looks like in the game. So
I know, but it's like, yeah, like we said, it was like most of the designs of the Pokemon were pretty good. There was just like some that were like, eh.
Whenever I saw Gyarados and Slacking, I freaked out.
Yeah,
Because
Gyarados
they're
was
like
pretty
my
cool.
favorite. Gyarados, as soon as he threw in the Magikarp, I'm like, someone's going to piss off that fish, and it's going to be the coolest thing ever.
yeah, I kind of when I saw the trailers, like when I saw Charizard, I freaked out. I was like, yes, Charizard. He looks very monstrous in the movie, and there is a reason for it. But yeah,
I thought that was great.
but yeah, when they picked out the Magikarp, I kind of figured I was like, oh, that's how they beat Charizard. They transform him into a Gyarados, and he just splashes him away.
I remember when I saw like the first time like a Bulbasaur saw on screen, and for guys who don't know, Bulbasaur was really started in like red and blue. Shut up. But yeah, when I first saw Bulbasaur on screen, I just saw it was like really adorable. I was like, I
It
want
is
one.
cute.
I want one.
No, Squirtle had the same thing on me, especially in the trailer where they
Squirtle
show a
was
bunch of
also
the
cute, yes.
Pokemon.
The
Like, he
one
blew
that
a
had
bubble, and then he's just like, oh. And I was like, oh my god, I want it.
Yeah,
Why can't I?
effect on me was Eevee. Like,
Eevee.
oh
Eevee
my
was
god.
another one. Yeah.
The Flareon looked amazing, too. Holy crap.
Yeah. The movie surprisingly got a lot of like faithful kind of stuff down, including like some facts about the Pokemon, like Cubone, for example, in the beginning. He's like, he mentions the fact that he wears the skull of his dead mother, which is a dark thing, but yes, it's like still it's like faithful to the games, but still.
It was sad seeing
One-
it. Whenever
one
the Cubone
Pokemon
comes
that-
back at the end, I freaking like laugh so hard.
One Pokemon that surprised me because I didn't expect him to show up in the first movie was Mewtwo. I honestly expected him to be like an after credit scene thing, like maybe sort of a live action remake of Mewtwo Strikes Back, but no,
You
he's in the
expected them
movie.
to freaking pull a Marvel where they never use the big one first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like pretty much like every superhero movie or hero versus villain movie where they never go for the main villains anymore. They always use a lesser villain, then it's like, oh, after credit scene, now here comes the Green Goblin or the Joker.
I kind of
2 or 3 more years.
honestly like I watched a full playthrough of the Detective Pikachu game, and Mewtwo is kind of like a big part of the game, but he's not like actually like the main villain of all of this. He's just like a key component. So watching the trailer again before seeing the actual movie, I guess it kind of makes sense. It's kind of faithful to the adaptation. Like the R chemical is actually a component of the game, so
They actually finished the story in the movie.
yeah, they actually do. Which
Did they never finish the story in the games?
well, they never resolved like whatever
It's a
happened to his like
cliffhanger.
father, and they
The
never.
hell?
Yeah, it's a cliffhanger.
And when I was watching, when I saw like the playthrough, I was like, it better not be like the father is actually Pikachu, because like that'd be so predictable. And then I saw the movie. The game didn't like resolve anything with that Tim and his like father and stuff, but the movie actually does, and that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen in the game. That dad was actually Pikachu.
For some reason, that caught me off guard. I never like realized like the reason why this Pikachu could talk was the fact that Mewtwo transferred like the father into him to save him.
Yeah, that was
What I
weird.
loved it. I loved the Ditto. I thought that was a cool thing.
Yeah, I was surprised by Ditto. Yeah.
That was
I kept wondering-
disturbing.
I kept wondering, I was like, wait, this guy has like so many security guards, but they always change. Like, you think they'd keep the same actor. And then you see him take off the glasses. I was like, "Oh my god, it's a Ditto!" That
For
makes
me, it was
way
more the
too
fact
much sense.
that wait, doesn't he? I thought he didn't like his dad or whatever. Why does he like help him? But then I noticed that wait, he's tied up or whatever. It's like then who the hell is this? And yeah, he takes off the glasses. Like,
And we got the beady ditto
oh
eyes.
no.
That was creepy.
I was wondering why that
Like
chick.
that.
I was wondering why the chick didn't really talk throughout the most of the movie. I was like, this chick is weird. I guess she was like like a Neo from Ruby sort of situation. But I was like, oh, it's a dude.
It kind of was that. Kind of became that moment from Spider-Verse when she's like Dr. Olivia Octavius. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like that kind of. It's like the twist where it just makes you go, oh fuck.
Oh, that's cool.
Where the moment like
yeah.
they say something, you like instantly it finally like clicks. Yeah, and I like kind of twists like that. I like twists like that that you don't really expect it, and it's really kind of clever when you think about it.
Oh, yeah, he turned into a Machamp, which was super cool.
Yeah. Even
There's so many cool things.
and I had to look up if Ditto could actually turn into humans, which he actually does in some of the games. So
I think he does in the anime as well.
I feel like he does, yeah. Even
I
an
don't think
animate
it's out
object,
of the realm
strangely
of
enough.
possibility. Yeah, I remember that. That was weird.
Um,
But ironically, I'm not a big Pokemon fan. I'm a very casual Pokemon fan. I used to be way more into it as a kid, but I am playing Pokemon Shield and I like it, but I'm not like a super duper fan like the other two here. But I
Mhm.
still want more Pokemon movies like that because honestly, again, like it feels like it's tickling my childhood in a good way.
mhm. But yeah, Detective Pikachu was really good, and afterwards it was Angry Birds 2, which I saw and I didn't expect it to be good. So when I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score, I was like, "What?" And then I saw the movie, I was like, "Wow, this is actually pretty funny." Which is weird because the first movie was just god awful, and I know Cam was gonna say there's like one joke that involves like the big red bird. I think his name is Terrence, where he's like,
Oh, I think yeah, I've heard about this.
He's voiced by Sean Penn, but he never says a word.
yeah, when
And then the freaking cop thing.
yeah, the cop sirens. They don't know why he's actually in therapy, but it's
Remind me, who is Sean Penn now again?
he was the big red bird, like the really really angry one.
Yeah,
That
but
never
like,
really
what
talked.
else has he?
Yeah.
What else has he done?
I think it was in Lord of the Rings, wasn't
He's just a very prolific actor who does a lot of like
Is he born
high
here?
class things.
he? I don't.
Wait, is he the guy everyone wants as Uncle Ben for MCU Spider-Man?
Is he?
I don't know.
Maybe he's the
Wait.
guy who's just known for like dying in a lot of movies.
I think that's Sean Bean.
I don't know. They have the
Wait.
same name. Sean Penn movies. Da, 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 da.
Sean Penn.
Cutting this part out.
Got it. I can't see anything memorable. Okay. Anyways.
I don't really see Lord of the Rings anywhere.
Maybe I was
No,
thinking of
Lord of the
Sean Bean.
Rings. Yeah, you were thinking of Sean Bean. He's the guy who dies a lot.
Okay.
You're the ones that said Lord of the Rings.
Well,
I
yeah,
didn't say Lord of the Rings. You did.
I thought he was in Lord of the Rings, but I was thinking of Sean Bean.
Sean
Oh,
Bean.
okay.
I was gonna say Penn again.
Either way, Big Red Bird, voiced by Sean Penn, he
Mhm.
does something funny.
Yes.
And it's funny because he doesn't talk.
Yeah, but pretty much that was like the only jokes. Otherwise, it was just like stupid, like toilet humor. But the second
Bad
one was actually
slapstick.
surprisingly pretty decent. There was still cringy stuff that are clearly just for like the kiddies, but it was honestly an enjoyable time, which surprisingly started a streak for good video game movies of that year. And then the infamous Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which is out in theaters right now. And just gonna say, if you haven't seen it and you plan
Which
to, then yeah, if you plan to see the movie, and then you probably might want to end here and get back with us if once you see the movie. It's really a funny because we're gonna say a lot of spoilers in this shit. So coincidentally, at the time, the day of we're recording this like podcast right now, Stove just saw the movie today.
Well, it wasn't really a coincidence. I just planned that. You know what? We're gonna have a podcast tonight, and we're gonna talk about Sonic. So
but yeah, it was like
I'm
perfect
just gonna
timing.
get
So because
on
if he
that.
didn't see the movie, we would just have to keep our mouth shut on spoilers the whole time, which
I
would
would
be.
hate
Uh,
that.
It was like we would just be
however,
like, yeah, the podcast would just be like, so the Sonic movie was also good.
That
Moving
thing,
on.
that cool
but yeah,
thing at
like
the end, I'd be like, stop reading the
see,
freaking call for a second.
Yeah. Um.
my closest theater, at least the ones that's really good to me, I have to take a train ride, which usually takes like 15 minutes. Then I have to walk for a little bit, and finally I'm there. So yeah, I rarely see movies on day one. I think the last movie I did see it on day one was Deadpool, which was 2016.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, strangely enough, sometimes when a movie is not big enough, I guess, when it's not like Avengers level, the movie gets taken off quite quickly. Like, I never got the chance to see Zombieland 2 because of it.
Hmm.
And yeah, Sonic got briefly taken off from my theater, which kind of upset me. But then it came back Friday, today, and tomorrow. Uh, but I had to do two sacrifices. Number one, I usually like to go to see movies like during like noons or nights, but here I had to pretty much go on lunchtime because it started at 2:30 p.m. Yeah, p.m.
Mhm.
So I didn't really get to eat lunch, but whatever. And the second sacrifice I had to make was it was only in Swedish dub.
Oh.
Ugh.
Too bad. Like the dubbing was kind of okay, but the problem I had was look on Sonic, it looks natural, like the Swedish voice coming out of him, it looks natural. But on people like especially Jim Carrey, it looks really off-putting
Mhm.
because like the lips does not match.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jim Carrey, he's the best part of this movie.
Pretty much, he like pretty much hands it up. I like that Jim Carrey's is going back to like this goofy comedic acting, which I kind of like from him. And I know he's doing like more serious acting now, which I haven't seen, but I heard it's good. So I don't hate Jim Carrey as an actor. I actually do
No,
like him back then.
I love
Um,
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Uh,
Carrey is one of my favorite actors, so
He's
Yeah.
the reason I'm excited for Space Jam 2.
Oh yeah.
is he in that?
Well, the mask is in it.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
and it's
he
Jim
in the
Carrey.
mask though?
I don't know though.
Everyone's telling me it's actually him.
I mean, if he
I
is,
haven't
then
been able
that's
to
pretty
look it up
awesome.
myself.
I mean, on
It
that
looks like
preview,
him, but
on that preview, I don't know. I didn't think it looked that much like him. It looked like the mask, sure, but I don't know if it was Jim Carrey behind the makeup.
it's just
But
really hard to see.
Mhm.
I can't wait for the actual trailer.
whatever.
Yeah.
Should be great.
Yeah, but the
But
sound
yeah, I can agree that Jim Carrey was the best part.
definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
There's some parts
I was
in the
watching
Sonic.
it.
There's some points in the Sonic movie where he says something, and it has that form of like when he's shouting, for example, it has that some sort of like Eggman sort of flair. Where he's like towards the end when he's on the motion planet, he's like, "What are you looking at?" He actually did sound like Eggman. I was like, "Holy shit, he fits so
Yeah,
well."
like I heard an audio clip for that on Twitter, and it's like
Yeah.
I heard an audio clip from Twitter, and it said like, keep in mind this is not Mike Pollock.
Yeah, he surprisingly pulled off Eggman well, and like during the trailers, we thought he was just gonna be okay at the least.
I knew he'd be great. Okay,
Like you're the
everyone's
only
like,
one who was like excited for this movie out of all of us in this freaking
Yeah.
community.
You were excited because you wanted this movie to fail so bad.
I wanted it to crash and burn so
Okay.
much, and you know what? It exceeded my expectations by
Okay.
being good.
Okay, keep in mind, everyone who's watching this, we are not big Sonic fans. We actually don't. We kind of feel like it's overrated because
Oh, I hate Sonic.
yeah,
Like I don't hate Sonic. I think it's
I
alright,
do.
but well, good for you, but I'm not you. Anyway, like I rarely play the games because 80% of them are crap, trying to take themselves way too seriously, even though they're not. The writing is just laughably bad, and many of the characters, in my opinion, are just not that likable. The only characters I really like are Knuckles and Eggman because they're just awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, even
Well,
Sonic
things are
himself,
good.
I usually have a problem with. I know people liked Sonic's previous voice actor. That's not Roger Craig Smith.
Yeah, Roger Craig Smith.
I love Roger Craig Smith. Are
Who-
you thinking of Jason Griffith or
Jason
Brian
Griffith,
Clemens?
yeah. But something I noticed recently, because I've been watching a lot of Chari5 on YouTube that does a video game sins, parody of cinema sins. He
Uh-huh.
loves Sonic and he does a lot of Sonic. So something I noticed is the way Jason Griffith used to talk as Sonic. It really bothers me. Like, usually really sounds like this.
Which
he
game-
sounds so over exaggerated.
Which games did Jason Griff voices? Like which video games did he do?
Whenever Sonic X started coming out, up until I think Roger Craig Smith, because
Yeah, but what
They
like
had
what game
them-
specifically was he?
I
Was like he?
think
the first games of the Sonic X voice actors was I'm pretty sure
And what?
that's when they started. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Whoops.
Um.
I'm sleepy. Okay, I've been waiting all day. But yeah,
I think the first. I might be wrong, so I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think the first one for Roger Craig Smith might have been Colors.
I never actually played that game. Then again, I don't play a lot of the recent Sonic games, so
I think some of them are just crap and walking oxymorons.
Yeah, that was the one- that's
but
like
when
one of the
they're good, they're
reasons-
Good.
that's why like one of the reasons why I didn't expect like when it comes to like video games, most nowadays, pretty much is like the Sonic stories are pretty much just like run of the mill. Sonic saves the day, Super Sonic at the end, defeat Eggman, that kind of story. It's pretty much like the
Yeah.
same movie over and over. Not movie. It's the same story over and over. But surprisingly, when it comes to like comics or cartoons and even now movies, like the stories in those are like they actually have effort when it comes to Sonic.
Actually, one of the latest Sonic games, Sonic Mania, was apparently really, really good, and that one wasn't even made by Sega, so that's saying something.
Well, yeah, it's like they go. That's pretty much like just for like the classic stuff. They just go back to the classic formula, which doesn't really have that much of a story to begin with. It's just like save critters.
It's
And,
like it leads into Sonic Forces.
which was so dumb.
Yeah, Sonic Forces. I will say, when I first saw the concept, I was like, you know what? This actually sounds interesting, considering that Sonic has one of the biggest like OC collections. Like now Sega is given the opportunity for players to finally make their OC come true, but yeah, then the OC options are very limited. The story again is hilariously bad, and they're once again trying to introduce a new villain, which looks interesting as a concept, but his backstory and
Infinite's
Yeah,
pretty much
it's
like
just-
Infinite's pretty much like the old Broly of the
He's
Sonic
the ultimate
franchise.
OC. Okay, he's the ultimate OC. He's
Yeah.
faster than Sonic.
again, interesting is like, oh shit, a dimensional warper villain that's like more powerful than Sonic and whatnot. Then it gets his ass kicked by a rookie, and also his backstory is that fact that Shadow simply called him weak.
Well,
There you
legit,
go.
he is the ultimate OC. He's faster than Sun Silver and edgier than Shadow. Like, you can't make this stuff up.
I am the tallest of mountains. I am the like like he has such a badass theme song, and he had like a cool, somewhat sort of good look, but he's just
His voice actor
pathetic.
was trying. His voice actor was trying. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, like I like his voice. I think his look is a little bit creepy, actually, which is good. But again, the backstory kind of ruined him for me. And then the story itself is just like you said, the typical "oh, Eggman is taking over the world, so it's time for Sonic to stop him." Like, okay, in the beginning of the game, Sonic literally get his ass kicked by most of his previous villains, like Chaos, Shadow, Metal Sonic, and Zavok.
Mhm.
But although they're all illusions created by Infinite, and of course, Infinite himself starts whooping Sonic's ass.
Mhm.
Then Eggman pretty much takes over the world, kidnaps Sonic and torture him for 6 months, and it basically becomes a post-apocalyptic world. And so yeah, they find this rookie, which is you, the OC, and who, for no reason whatsoever, you're so powerful and whatnot, you save the day. And you free Sonic. Keep in mind, he's been tortured for 6 months, and he comes out as like, "Hey guys, what did I miss?" It's like, there's no scars on him. Like, he's fine. Like, what the hell?
yeah, it's like Sega in the video game department needs to like step up their game, like because
Yeah.
it's just like the movie is like pretty good. I feel like they need to like there should be like a waking call. It's like, ah shit, this movie's doing good. Then us,
God.
we gotta do something.
When you remember that Sonic Forces came out the same year as Mario Odyssey, there's a problem.
Yeah, that's
Also,
mm,
speaking of Mario, Sonic had to beat him to something. He actually had a good live action movie before Mario did.
that is true. Yeah,
To be fair, I feel like if they made a live action Mario now, I feel like it could be good.
They're making an animated one,
yeah. Illumination is making one.
Well, yeah, I know they're making an animated
but
one.
they're
I'm
not
just saying, like,
writing it.
if
Thank God.
Mm.
yeah, like supposedly Nintendo themselves or something is writing the script, Illumination is just animating it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how to
Which
feel
would
about
be
that
pointless.
because yeah, I don't know how to feel about that because like on one side it's animated, which is kind of a good sign, but it's Illumination who are pretty much known for like the Minions movies, so
Watch there be like pointless minion cameos in the movie.
But
there's gonna like I mentioned this before, but I was like, there's gonna be a spin-off called Goombas, like
No.
um
Uh,
it would be
no,
more
considering
interesting.
he got into Smash. Introducing Piranha Plants, the
Piranha
movie.
Plants.
The movie.
Um,
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so like I said earlier, I never really liked Sonic's personality that much. He's such a cocky asshole, and also he's that generic "I'm the good guy." But in the movie, well, he has the same personality for the most part. But I don't know. Here, he just seemed like a genuine dude that I would actually like to be a friend with. Like, since he's fast, he's kind of a fast talker and a loudmouth. He never like shuts up, which I find a little bit funny considering again he's fast. But
Yeah.
also like he's also like
He's
very
also voiced
often
by
very curious
Huey,
about the
Dewey.
world.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Ben
Sonic has like
Schwartz.
an actual pretty good like motive like ever since he lost his owl mother, I forgot her name, to
Someone told me there was
Honestly, like-
someone told me there was an owl in this movie, and I was heavily disappointed when it wasn't the one from the OVA.
yeah,
So mad.
yeah. um
That surprised me. I was like, wait, is this something in the games I missed? Did he ever have an owl mother?
yeah, I had to search it up too, and it's not an actual thing, but I wanted to be.
Why are the echidnas here? Why do they look adorable?
Oh yeah, that too.
I was
like,
surprised by
I
the
was like,
Echidnas
wait.
too. I was like, holy shit, Knuckles is actually a
They
kind
were
of a
so
thing.
cute.
Villains? What the hell?
Uh,
I thought they were adorable. I was like, I just want to scoop them all up and just hug you to death.
Stabbed out Long Claw, those bastards.
Ah, the Lego shoes.
they're like, but yeah, like I said, Sonic has an actual motive because once he gets on Earth, he's kind of has to hide himself from the world. So pretty much he just starts feeling lonely the time he's there, which is kind of, well, it's not like a strong thing. It's kind of like it gives him some character, like better than the freaking games where he's just all, oh, look at me, I'm cool. Yeah.
The Flash comic thing was kind of
Yeah,
cool though.
I
I liked
thought-
that.
I thought that was kind of charming. The
Mhm.
fact that his favorite superhero seems to be the Flash.
Yeah, which makes
It
sense.
was way faster than Quicksilver.
But I mentioned this whenever the Sonic sequel comes, which I'm pretty sure it will.
I
yeah.
hope so.
I feel like Knuckles would be like the kind of like his character would be like, since the Echidnas were like a tribe who wants Sonic's power. I feel like Knuckles will be like his character would be like, oh, I'm not into how our tribe works, so I'm gonna abandon the tribe and go on my own and be friends with Sonic
Thinking
or
more
something like
like-
that.
I was thinking more like maybe he would be like a villain at first, but then it would be like, you know what, Sonic, you're cool. Let's be bros.
Yeah.
You know, what'd make me really happy. I doubt it's going to be in the next one, but if they make a third, I want to
Mhm.
see Shadow or Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I was
Exactly.
saying that to
Aw.
myself. It's like if Sonic 2 comes out, I swear to God, the after credit scene is gonna be Shadow. It has to be.
If not, then no Sonic. Yeah.
I would love Metal Sonic
no.
because I think Eggman still has the quill at the end of the movie. I could be wrong.
Like watch the after
either
credits
way.
for
I think it
Sonic
is like
2.
it was in his ship, I think. And the
Yeah,
ship did go
so-
to the
For
mushroom planet
Sonic
with him.
to be like, you see a frog and you hear,
The frog
like-
jumps out of the ring portal. And
would
it plays
also
like
be a
his theme
decent
song. He's
way-
like, "Bow." Yeah.
I just remember seeing the freaking ring thing, and I was like, why do they have the freaking teleporting rings from like Knuckles Chaotix?
Yeah, it was like what the fuck, Doctor Strange portals, and then
I will say they definitely changed a lot for this movie. Like it's
definitely.
not like a really faithful adaptation, but
But strangely, it
I
still
like-
works.
yeah, like I liked most of the things they changed. Like, yeah, usually people don't like something that was kind of a red flag was when the story was going to be Sonic interacting with actual people, because usually that never really turns out
Yeah,
good.
it's like
but
Alvin
you know,
and Chipmunks and Smurfs and all
I
that.
thought the red flag was his original model.
Oh yeah,
well, yeah, that too.
that one was
Which
monster.
I wonder who the hell even greenlit that to begin with,
Who
because
thought this was a good idea?
I can definitely say, like, yeah, the movie wouldn't be half as enjoyable if that was the Sonic
I
we got.
need to
because goddamn, like, I would not be able to
I'd be
feel for this
Yeah, it'll be
creature.
knocked down by like two or three points.
It's like freaking feel for this creature. I'm like, I want it to feel my shoe as I stomp its
Okay,
brains in.
Actual curious question here. Again, spoiler, but I guess if you're this far in, you don't care.
Your
Tails shows up in the end, and I'm just wondering, what would have he looked like if they kept the original design?
Monsters. Kill the baby.
Murder it with fire.
But yeah,
Someone
like,
has to draw what he would
again,
look
they
like.
changed a lot. The fact that Sonic was born with his powers, like, I don't know, was that ever explained how Sonic is fast in
I
the
don't
game?
think it's
I'm pretty
ever-
sure he was just born
It's
with
never
it.
explained how he gets them.
I think it's just
Yeah,
that he's
like-
just born with it.
It's
And
just
again, like
sounds
here he has
fast.
an adoptive owl mother who sends him to our world to protect him from the Echidna clan, and 10 years later, he apparently has been living with the humans, hiding from them because if they saw him, they would freak the fuck out.
Sonic.
Yeah,
also
that's what I
love
was
the
gonna
fact
get to.
that the-
Fucking, I wanted to like say this like I was gonna say, frickin' Sonic made a fucking appearance in this movie. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait, where?
You didn't see it?
I was,
It was when that crazy
I
guy
was-
who was like, it's the blue demon or something like that.
Blue Devil. I was
What?
waiting for Christian or Sonichu to show up. I'm not even
Wait.
kidding.
Wait. Okay, yeah, I saw this scene, but I don't remember Sonic. What the hell?
It's when that crazy
he
guy
shows,
was like,
a drawing.
yeah,
of,
it shows a
like,
drawing. I wonder if I could
he's trying
see.
to be like, hey, this is the blue demon. He's real.
Ah,
At
fuck.
the end of the movie, they
I wonder if
wrap
I
that
could.
up,
I
and
wonder
that
if I
was a funny
could fucking
joke.
see it. I wonder if I could see
That's a
it.
my
funny
God.
joke at the end too,
Movie.
where the guy's like, "Hey, the blue demon's real," and yeah, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I know that. It's like, can you put your chainsaw down?
Oh yeah.
I like my chainsaw.
But yeah, like, I like that the town that Sonic is currently inhabiting is called Green Hills.
I like that it's a small town.
I guess,
it's
yeah.
a little
It's like,
quaint.
I get it. It's Green Hill Zone. And yeah, another thing they, ouch. And another
Also,
thing they
freaking-
changed, Eggman, because
Oh yeah.
in the games or whatnot, I think Eggman does live in Sonic's world or whatever, but here he's just a normal human from our world, and he looks very different compared to the game, although in the end he kind of evolves into more Eggman-looking Eggman.
They do. Sonic does eventually call him Eggman, but it's not just like a fat or ball joke. It's just his drones look like eggs. I was like,
Oh yeah,
oh,
the
okay.
fact that he's called Dr. Robotnik because, of course, and the reason why he's called Eggman is because Sonic mocks him because all of his drones looks like eggs.
Which I kind
I
of
will
like. I was like, oh, I guess that makes sense. It's just simple enough,
One
but
thing-
at least they call him the name.
One thing me and Cody talked about at the end was whenever he got teleported to the mushroom place, which I love the Mario joke. You can't tell me it's not a Mario
Yeah,
joke.
feel,
No,
that's
no,
what I
man,
thought
like-
it was. Yeah, I was like, I hate mushrooms. I was like,
I was like, is that supposed to be a Mario reference? And Eggman gets transported there
Yeah.
in the end. It's like he kind of looks like Mario. a
Could you
little bit.
freaking imagine if there was like another like after credit scene? It was like Eggman is like on the mushroom planet, and all of a sudden you hear boing, hello.
But yeah, me and Cody were talking about it, and me and him looked at each other, and he was like, "Is that Mushroom Hill Zone?" I'm like,
Mushroom.
"Oh, from like And well, it is an actual place in the games, and that's
right.
part of Angel Island. And I'm like, oh, what if he steals the Master Emerald to get back? Oh, that'd actually be cool.
Why are we making so many theories with this freaking movie? Jesus Christ!
Because it actually leaves a lot of open questions.
Yeah,
It actually is a good movie.
Sonic is one of those movies where, all right, one reason I really like to go to theaters is the fact that I get kind of briefly obsessed with this movie, and I want to look it up more, which I have done with Sonic right now, and, it gives so many opportunities, what will happen next? I want to see this adventure continue.
I want to get back to
Tails is so cute and adorable.
I want to get back to the freaking Sonic thing, because I just realized if Knuckles was actually a thing, and if he does appear in the second movie, the freaking crazy guy is gonna be like, now there's a red demon, and he looks like this, and he's Ugandan Knuckles.
I knew it.
Knuckles.
I will shit my pants if it happens.
Watch it be like that. It's like, no, there's a red demon. He looks like this. Then he gets someone taps him on the shoulder. There's a black guy's like, do you know the way?
Hey, do you know the way to Green Hills?
Like I said, I won't be surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised if Sonichu or Christian showed up after Sonic did. There's no going back after that.
Christian actually didn't like the movie because
what? He's crazy. He's stupid.
It's because it's freaking Sonic's arms are blue, and he wanted Mike Pollock to do Eggman. It was like, he can't do that live action. He could do the voice, but not live action.
You've got to be kidding me. No one will please this, whatever he is.
Christian is not.
He is insane, so what do you expect?
Yeah, Christian is just stupid in general. But
sorry for all one of you Christian fans out there.
They love him for the wrong reason. They're
examining him like he's a freaking science experiment.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, Sonic was just a surprisingly good movie, and it continued the streak of these good video game movies. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but I want those shoes to actually be a thing. I want to buy those.
That's another thing I liked. The fact that Sonic was running around with kind of dirty and damn shoes, and he gets his red sneakers from
the
his
little girl.
Friend. Yeah, his friend's wife's sister's daughter. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, that's a long list.
Yeah.
But yeah. That one was actually funny, although she did get on my nerves for a second.
Yeah, she was kind of annoying for a bit.
But Donut Lord didn't let it get to him, because he's awesome.
I like Donut Lord. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I told stuff about this already, but so he already knew. But I liked at the beginning where it shows the company logos, and all that. The one they have for Sega actually does the jingle. It's an opera version, and I like that. I was like, oh. I know that I love it. Which kind of makes me want more Sega movies besides Sonic.
In the end, after they beat Eggman and whatnot and trying to recover, they play a remix of the Green Hill Zone music.
That too, and I wish they have if they do this, I want them to do this for future sequels, but I actually do want them to put more music from the games, the ones with lyrics Live and Learn or Escape from the City or stuff like that.
Just any Crush 40 song, please.
Pretty much, yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, that pretty much overall, Sonic was surprisingly good. So, and it's to me it still for me it still sticks as there's still flaws with it. It's not a perfect movie at all, but it's still enjoyable, and I give it a 7 out of 10 at best. And I hope the sequel just maybe does better. So because I'm kind of excited for it now, surprisingly.
With these video game movies, I don't expect them to be groundbreaking or anything like that. I just want them to be fun and somewhat faithful and whatnot to the games, which I will say Detective Pikachu and Sonic definitely are. So hell yeah, I enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch movies for groundbreaking political commentary or just some meaning to life. I watch them to have fun. I pay $12 for popcorn and a ticket to have fun.
I can't stand the critics that hates on movies because it doesn't make me think. I hate fun.
I watch movies for the same reason I play video games, to escape from life, because life sucks.
Why doesn't the Emoji Movie have meaningful stuff?
Why doesn't Sonic talk about love?
Love.
Wait till Amy shows up. I wanted Amy to show up so much because Cody was... Originally, I wanted her to show up because the art style was ass. It would have been the funniest thing ever because Cody loves Amy. And now I wanted to show up because she'd be adorable.
Well, we don't know if it's gonna well, we don't know if it's like from Tails' design. It looks more of like the classic look, so we don't know if it's gonna be like Amy now or like Rosie the Rascal days.
I'm fine with either. Tails was. I was like, oh, you just a cute little chubby thing, aren't you? A cute little thing.
We need like a fucking whenever like the DVDs or Blu-rays come out, we need like freaking concept art from like the past designs so we know what Tails would look like. Cause goddamn.
I did see this guy on Twitter who did like designs on Amy and Knuckles or what they could look like in this art style. So they look pretty good.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all we can say about Sonic. And can
I say one more thing real quick? The ending part. My favorite part probably of the whole movie was Eggman using the quill to be as fast as Sonic. And
that's actually pretty cool.
I was like, why has this never been done before?
Yeah, exactly.
This is an awesome idea.
Like, it actually makes sense. Like, freaking, freaking, there's some Eggman boss fights where he actually does keep up with Sonic. I'm like, how is he doing this? But the movie actually does provide a good reason. Like, he uses the squill to make him just as fast. I'm like, how did they not do this?
At first I was like, this fight's gonna be a stump, but then he pressed the button and he moved. I was like, oh my god, he's actually gonna keep up. This is pretty sick.
To be fair, two things though. One, it still doesn't explain how Eggman managed to outrun Sonic on foot.
Well, Eggman's faster when he's not in his machine.
And two, I have to wonder though, like, considering they're going super fast, I'm surprised, like, he didn't, like, fucking get ripped apart in that ship, and he was able to, like, steer it in super speed.
I guess the aesthetic inside the ship has it make so he won't be affected from the outside world, or something like that. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
So I like the chasing scene, though. That was really cool. And they kept going to different places.
Yeah. Thanks.
But yeah, Sonic was cool. And there's a lot of upcoming movies, like we said, Mortal Kombat is coming. One that I really hope, like, they should just, like, they feel like they should just cancel this. It's the Uncharted movie with Tom Holland, because that's been going through so many directors. Like, geez, just give up.
I kind of agree, just because I like Uncharted.
It's also like a movie no one really asked for. Not even the Uncharted fans wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing another movie that's taken a long ass time to make. It's the one I'm not really that hyped for. It's the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Like, when was the last time we heard something about that shit?
I'm hyped for that. Well, when Banana Splits
I'm more curious than hype. Like, of course, I want it to be good because I love Five Nights at Freddy's personally. But and from what I've heard, the animatronics are going to be actual animatronics and not CGI.
I guess that's good.
Yeah, and I feel like this could be like a good kids horror movie, like, I guess, like, young teen horror movie.
Yeah, I guess. I just hope it's not. I just hope it's not filled with, like, you know, the usual horror movie tropes, like, you know, jump scare here, jump scare there. You're gonna see it coming.
To be fair, with
Five Nights at Freddy's is literally just jump scares. You think they're not gonna have jump scares?
Five Nights at Freddy's will make sense with jump scares.
I guess, but, you know, I'm just tired of seeing horror movies. Like, it's just like
Yeah, if it ever comes out, I hope it's good. Like, I hope, not groundbreaking, I hope it's good and faithful to the games and have a lot of Easter eggs and references and whatnot, so...
And there will be 10 film theories about it afterwards.
Matt Pat.
Oh yeah. And there's upcoming movies. I'm looking at the Wikipedia right now. There's apparently gonna be another Tomb Raider movie, which is like, and
where's my live action Minecraft?
That is it gonna be live action?
I remember the old poster for it was just a tree and a fist. And I was like, yes.
I think I've heard it's gonna be animated pretty much the same as the Lego movies. So
Oh, I would just die if it was this Minecraft movie. A man punching a tree.
It's just gonna be. That'll be so boring. Like
That'd be amazing.
you're just pretty much watching a guy farm. Like what the hell are you doing? Do something cool. Where are the creepers?
The creepers are like
Anyway,
just monsters of hell. They look like freaking doom
what
monsters.
else?
Speaking
What else is on there?
speaking of monsters, Monster Hunter, and the poster recently just came out, and
Oh, yeah.
which was surprisingly more faithful than I thought. I was like, huh.
But I have one question though. Where the hell are the monsters? Because there's
I
like
feel like they'll show that
Poster-
eventually.
the post is like this
Where's what?
giant gap of just nothing. It's like I feel like there should be a monster there.
Where's Rathalos?
Yeah, that's pretty much the
He's
only
gonna be an
monster
after credit scene.
we know.
That is the only monster I know. I only played the freaking like beta of Monster Hunter World, and I haven't touched it since.
I'm looking at and there's other. It's just untitled stuff, but there's apparently going to be a Borderlands movie.
Oh yeah, that is a thing. They just got their director recently,
Oh,
and they're
that's,
gonna hire cosplayers just to murder them in the movie.
oh yeah, you
Yes.
did tell me about this. Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, I
If it
don't.
goes over the first game, oh, it could be so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't. I never played Borderlands, so, but I guess I should just like get onto that. But I know it's a good franchise.
If
from
you
what I
play
hear.
it, let me know.
Okay, but
If you play
Don't be
Borderlands, let me know.
surprised
It's
if,
multiplayer.
Don't be surprised if Handsome Jack doesn't show up.
Well, because if it's based on the first game, he wouldn't show up. He'd be like after credits, if anything.
yeah,
Because in the second game, they kind of had to retcon Handsome Jack into the first game,
Mm.
and then in pre-sequel, they retconned him in even more. But even without Handsome Jack, I think a movie of the first game could be really good, especially if the casting's right and if they have everything done.
But yeah, there's Untitled Borderlands film. There's an movie based on Crossfire.
Crossfire!
Well, that's what I'm
It's
thinking.
not
but
even a video game, is
yeah,
it?
I don't think it
You
is.
got a Crossfire!
Yeah, I don't know what that is,
It's more
but
of a
I don't know how they're gonna base a movie
That's
off
more
of
of
a
a board
board
game.
game.
Crossfire!
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. But they made a movie on what was it? Something. Yeah, it's just like throw balls, like knock the tops out of the ring. Like, how are you gonna do that?
Yeah, Crossfire!
Shut
Okay.
up.
I think yeah, you're screaming right into my ear, just saying.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Okay, this is a weird one.
Okay, one movie
What?
hold on. One movie that had been announced, but I'm pretty sure it's sadly canceled now. Sly Cooper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like
yeah, it's
what,
not on
5
there.
years ago.
I remember just seeing like some sort of like an animated trailer for it, and it actually looked pretty cool. And then I forgot about it
yeah.
because years went by. I was like, "Holy shit, this never got out."
I liked everything
Ratchet and
except
Clank.
Sly's voice.
It's like Ratchet and Clank kind of killed it from what I've heard. Like basically,
I
since
saw Ratchet and
was
Clank, and
such
I
a
didn't know
huge-
shit about him until you told me it was like just
Ratchet
the
and
fucking
Clank.
cutscenes.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
scummy about Ratchet and Clank is that it's literally the cutscene from like the latest game. So if you play the game, you've basically seen the movie. So yeah, because of
I knew
Ratchet and
that
Clank being
too,
such a
'cause I tried to
huge
get it.
failure, the people behind the Sly movie was kind of off put by it and didn't really want to work on it more. Now it's kind of in development hell or probably canceled.
That's sad.
I did like the Sly trailer, except Kevin Miller wasn't Sly. That was a little
Yeah, I mean I don't
Why?
mind the voice that much.
I think I remembered liking the voice all right. Like,
just why get everyone back except Sly? Like that's kind of dumb.
okay, this
From
is
what
a,
I heard, it was going to
Literally
be
every
based.
other original.
From what I
actor
heard, it
came
was
out.
going to be based on the first game because supposedly both Carmelita and Clockwork was going to be in the movie as well. So
Oh.
Carmelita.
Alright.
no,
Okay, so this one's the next one on the list. This is a weird one. Untitled Just Dance film.
Freaking Footloose.
I feel like that's pretty much just what it's gonna be. Like just dancing to
They're
some
gonna
tunes.
name drop it. Freaking.
Pretty much.
What are you doing? I gotta just dance.
Let's just dance. This one's gonna be an interesting one. An untitled Metal Gear Solid film.
I mean, the games
boy,
might as well be films.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they can live up to Hideo Kojima's standards because that guy really likes to tell stories.
Hmm.
Well, after
Well,
Death Stranding, I
I
think the
hope Kojima's
standards
on
have
board.
dropped a bit.
Like we said, Kojima is more like he's gone stories. Like he should make movies. So I'm surprised he hasn't
Mm.
done that yet. Um, but yeah, whatever. It's like what else? Um, apparently there is gonna be a Detective Pikachu sequel coming out soon. Uh, and like we said, there's gonna be the upcoming Mario movie with Illumination. And here's a surprising one that I never heard of. Apparently, there's gonna be a Mega Man movie.
Interesting.
I feel like that could work, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, okay, but so yeah, that's
Is that
all.
all? Then?
From what I saw in the Wikipedia, that's all the upcoming movies that were, I guess, were announced. On to the next. So, I want to talk about what video game franchises, any video game in general, would we like that seems possible or like worthy enough to be a movie that we haven't mentioned before. Like that's
Oh, I
earlier
was
announced.
hoping you would ask that.
Yeah.
Man, I forgot about a freaking video game movie to talk about that I love.
Um.
Freaking Agent 47. I freaking love the Hitman movie. Not the
What is
first one, the
that?
second one with Rupert Friend.
mm,
I freaking love those.
I was about to.
I love the second one. The first one's not that good. It's kind of boring in my opinion. The second one's, I love it. I
I heard they
personally.
tried to like reboot or remake it and it flopped as well. So
We.
But yeah, video games movies you want to see. I had something, but I forgot. Damn it. Fuck.
and I have a couple of suggestions I would love to see as a movie.
Yeah, you could say them while I try to think about it.
Oh,
Well,
first off, I would like to see a Crash Bandicoot movie.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Like I feel like that could work,
I knew he was going to say that.
and I feel like I think I know a good casting for Cortex. It's gotta be Tim Curry.
If he can recover from his stroke. If he can recover from his stroke.
Did he have a stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had like a stroke that kind
Don't
of
make
fucked
me
him up.
sad.
Oh, that's sad. Poor guy.
Yes, they don't make me
See,
sad.
I would like the Crash movie to be animated, like completely animated.
Yeah, I feel like it would
because
work
I feel like
better
if
as
they try to
animated.
No,
do
it needs to
live
be
action,
live action.
if they try to make it live action, I feel like it would just be a rip off of Sonic.
And Neo Cortex got
Use-
jaundice.
No, when I say live action, I mean let's get the guy in the mask.
Oh,
Crash is back.
He's like the crazy guy. He's like, it's the Orange Devil.
another. I'm coming for you, plumber.
I got your number, dude.
I got your number.
I would love to see is Team Fortress 2. Well, just Team Fortress, I guess.
Yeah, that would be. I feel like that would be possible.
And I feel like it could maybe work as live action, but again, I feel like if it was entirely animated in source filmmaker, that would be like movie
that would
history.
be like, yeah, that would be a big accomplishment for SFM. But yeah, I remembered one movie I would like to see. It was Star Fox, and I would want it to be like 3D animated because I feel like that'll work better. And the reason I say it is because, sorry, what?
What movie was it? You kind of
Star Fox.
Star Fox. Okay.
But the reason I want Star Fox is because I saw a video and I showed these guys. I want Gilbert Gottfried as Pigma because he's perfect for it. If you guys, if you guys haven't seen,
Oh yeah, I know the reason why.
yeah, if you guys haven't seen the fucking Gilbert Gottfried voicing Pigma, you have to search it out because it's the hilarious shit I have ever seen. I never laughed so hard.
My vagina.
Yeah, pretty much like this guy. Like I forgot the guy's name. Apologies to whoever made the video, but he pretty much did a lot of. He put a lot of Gilbert Gottfried like voice clips like from what he's been in, like Aladdin, and some from pretty much anything that has Gilbert Gottfried in it, and he put it in like he put like a Pigma's like box like over like gameplay footage of Star Fox pretty much, and it works like so well and it's really funny. So that's kind of why I want a Star Fox movie, just to have Gilbert Gottfried as Pigma. If it's not Gilbert Gottfried as Pigma, I will actually riot because that's a waste of an opportunity.
Riot.
Yeah.
Uh,
I want Legend of
Tekken
Zelda.
movie.
Yeah. I feel like that could work.
Tekken had its chance.
You know what? Mario had his chance as well, but it's still coming back.
He's getting a second
I
chance.
want a Legend of Zelda movie because one April Fool's Day, someone posted a Legend of Zelda trailer on YouTube years ago, and it looked so
I remember
freaking good.
that. Yeah, I do
You remember
that.
Ganondorf looked freaking amazing, and he's just like, "Fight me!"
Yeah, I thought
I
that was a
was like,
legit thing too, and then years later I was like, I have been screwed.
The
I
reason
hate
why,
my youth.
yeah, the reason why I've heard that Legend of Zelda doesn't get the same treatment as Mario Pokemon is because surprisingly, it's not that popular in Japan as it is in America.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
But here's I just remembered another movie I want one of Punch Out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that would so work because
Punch Out.
Doc Lewis movie.
like I saw the Creed movies like not too long ago and I thought they were great. So I feel like if you could do something kind of like that, like a Rocky kind of style thing with Punch Out, I feel like it would kind of work. You know, I don't care how I don't care like today's society is with how politically correct you gotta be, but I feel like the stereotypes have to be a thing when it comes to people like whoever Lil Mech is fighting, like the bosses, because I feel like that kind of loses its charm if you don't do that.
I'm glad it's Joe Young.
Take it from me, I'm kind of upset over the fact that there's no Swedish boxer.
I still say they need a Swedish boxer make her a chick.
But yeah,
make a PewDiePie.
I'm gonna punch you, bro.
Oh god.
Anyway, here's my brofish, bro.
Oh Christ.
Oh, and I want that now.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
I feel like a Punch-Out movie. I feel like again, it could kind of work if it was animated because I feel Punch-Out is so cartoony that I feel like
I don't know. I feel like it could work live action.
like
I could go for live action on that, honestly.
my only problem is that would that make it too much like Rocky though?
Not really. It doesn't have to
I mean, we haven't had-
follow.
I mean, sure, but still.
No, I feel like it could work live action. If it's animated, then fine. But I don't know. I feel like it could work live action.
I want Donkey Kong live action as the post-credit scene.
Donkey Kong. I would love a Donkey Kong Country movie.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I feel like that would have
Can it be like
that would
the
have to be animated.
cartoon?
like the cartoon,
It would be the cartoon, but everything is actually done right.
and it has better animation. Because the animation for the cartoon was just like
voice actor.
yeah.
They need this. They need to have songs still because
I don't want it to be a musical.
Every freaking movie has
coconut cream pie.
almost every freaking movie nowadays, especially kids one, has like a dance number or something.
Well,
Okay, they need
saw
to
that
say
in-
a soundtrack.
Yeah, I saw that in Sonic. Oh wait, I didn't.
well, Eggman did have like a little short dance sequence, but that was like the only thing.
Also,
well,
Sonic
that's-
already has a soundtrack. It's called the video games.
Yeah.
Okay, this one I feel like this one definitely has to be animated, but I'm not sure if it actually works as a series more than a movie. And I'm not sure if this would ever happen because it's such an obscure choice, but I still want it so bad. WarioWare.
Maybe.
Good.
But I feel like you would have to introduce, a lot of like Mario. Like Mario has to be introduced first before WarioWare because I feel like that would be weird.
I don't know, like WarioWare is like it's like a world without Mario though. Like it's Wario's world.
Like maybe, but like
Like-
like I said,
And dude, if they did an animated WarioWare movie and there's like a post credit scene for Waluigi, holy crap!
yeah, maybe I don't know. I would like to see a Wario movie.
Yeah.
I do like WarioWare, but I don't know how to
Yeah, I
would
heard
go
many
out,
people
though.
say like I heard many people say they really want it as an animated series, and
that would work.
I would
as
love
an
it too.
anime series,
There is an fan-made animated series of WarioWare on YouTube, which is really like it's well animated, and I like the voices. Actually, Kira Buckland is actually in it. and she plays either Kat or Anna. I forgot which one.
I might have to check that out later, man.
Her Buckland is, by the way, 2B from Nier Automata.
Mm,
Good.
I might have to check that out.
It's funny.
This is one movie that people would like to see, a live action Metroid movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
I
would
feel like that
go
could
for
almost be
that.
It could be what?
I would
a horror
fucking
movie. It
kill
could
for
have
that.
horror elements.
Oh yeah, I feel like it could. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I just feel
Sadly
like that
though,
would be
I'm
really
pretty
good.
sure. Sadly though, I'm pretty sure Ridley would be an after credit scene, and Mother Brain would be like the main villain.
Well, not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like I feel like Mother Brain is. I think the Mother Brain is like the final boss in the Metroid games, and really is like kind of like the lackey. The same with Kraid.
Yeah, be
So
like an after credit scene.
I guess. Um. This is already like a Netflix like. This has like a anime Netflix series already, but I would like to see a Castlevania kind of thing, but with Simon Belmont. Like,
So
Yeah.
like
go
the
forward.
Castlevania.
I feel like that would be pretty cool to see.
Anime Castlevania has hinted that it might cross over with both Devil May Cry and Assassin's Creed somehow.
Side note, DMC
At
movie
least that-
would be pretty sick.
Yeah, that would.
At least that's what Trent told me.
Um, but yeah, that's all that I can think of for video game movies that we want. Um, so,
Actually, can we get an R-rated Conquer movie?
dude,
Christ.
oh fuck yeah, I want to
Deadpool
I want to
with
agree.
Squirrel.
I want to agree with my.
Yeah, it would be like an animated Deadpool movie for furries.
The great mighty Thor.
Uh, I don't care.
Actually,
I don't
what
care
about a
if they
Banjo-Kazooie movie?
maybe, or like I feel
You
like an
don't
anime
need
series could
frickin-
work too for that.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Actually, Conquer could kind of work as like some sort of like Adult Swim or Comedy Central animated series
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, those are like the video games we want to see as like upcoming movies or whatever. And the final thing I want to discuss about is, and this has been on my mind, if we can, I feel like a Super Smash Bros. Cinematic universe could possibly work now because I think I have a theory on how they could do that.
It all started with Sonic.
It actually does.
Oh yeah.
It all started with an electric mouse.
Well, here's the thing. Sonic's like rings can like can it transport like other dimensions or just is it like just only planets?
I'm not sure. Wait, does that mean Sonic's
I
an
think that
alien?
I think that I'll mention that our Earth is from like another dimension or some crap.
Okay, this works. So I feel like Sonic's rings could work. And it can open different portals from other video game franchises. For example, Detective Pikachu, because it would. I feel like if Sonic and Detective Pikachu were just like it's on the same Earth, then it would be like, why aren't these Pokemon just roaming around the Sonic world? But if he uses the rings as freaking, it could pull other worlds into their world. I feel like that could work for like a Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. And then you see portals of like. Yeah, exactly. It was like you bring Mario, you bring Link, you bring Samus and Kirby and all that. I was like, oh my god. Like it's all clicking in my head. I was like, yeah, it's all a theory.
I probably.
I'm just surprised they didn't start with either Mario or Kirby.
I mean, that's
Probably.
yeah, that's true.
I'd probably freak out if they did that, like more than the Avengers freaking movie. I'd
Yeah.
probably freak out way more if they did.
It'll
the
be
Smash
like
Bros.
an accomplishment if they could pull a continue
Yeah,
the
'cause,
streak
like,
to a point
Here's
of like
the thing with
a
the
Smash Bros. Movie.
Avengers to me, it's like I don't consider the Avengers a true crossover, considering they're all owned by the same property and they live in the same universe. Smash Bros, however, would be a true crossover because it's so many different characters from many other companies.
That is true. Yeah, I can see what you mean. But yeah, I really do want this kind of. I feel like this could work now. I don't want it to be rushed like other cinematic universes, like how DC was before in the Dark Universe and all that. but I feel like this could work. And yeah, pretty much I feel like this. I feel like I don't know, maybe 10 years, like 5 or 10 years from now, if they actually do end up making like a Smash Bros. Movie, by making a lot of other video game movies beforehand, I'll be in the theater watching that movie. I was like, I called it. But could there other be like cinematic universes for other like video games? Like I don't know, fucking
If they did like Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie, and Donkey Kong, there could be like a rare
like
universe.
a rare cinematic, maybe.
Can we have like the DC universe equivalent, friggin' PlayStation All Stars universe?
Where it just fails.
Yeah, it just has 2 movies and just falls apart.
I don't want like Slide or Crash or Tekken to fail. Shut up.
I mean, I don't either. I just think it'd be funny.
No.
I feel like, honestly, I think a God of War movie would kind of work. That would be pretty cool to see.
I have heard rumors that
If you base it off
there has
your
been
own.
attempts before at making a God of War movie, but it never happened. Another movie that I heard attempts for is Twisted Metal.
Ooh, that would be cool to see too.
Oh man. Time to little boy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
it's like, but yeah, it's like video game movies in general, just like but just surprisingly doing well so far, and I hope just like it just continues all that. And I guess with that being said, I think that's all the time we have for like this podcast, and I hope all y'all enjoyed. Thanks to Stove and Cam for joining me for this first podcast, and I hope to have more other guests. Maybe suggest in the comments who you want to see on the podcast in future episodes, and maybe give some topics, maybe like what you want me and the other people to like talk about and all that. What else? Oh yeah, Black Panther and Simba is on SoundCloud right now, and the video will be out for that on Friday. And yeah, any like Stove, Cam, final thoughts?
Not as far as I know. I pretty much said everything I wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine.
Well then.
I kind of got everything
Well,
out. Except
this is totally not awkward.
I mean, we wrapped everything up pretty nicely.
Okay. So yeah. Hope you enjoyed the podcast, and yeah, I'll maybe. And oh, by the way, this for if you're wondering how frequent this is gonna be, I plan it to be monthly, because if it was like weekly, I feel like that'd be kind of a hassle. So yeah, if you want to see more podcasts, then yeah, I'll do another one next month if you want to see more. But yeah, video game movies. Sonic was awesome, surprisingly, and I hope we see more good video game movies in the future. With that being said, I'm Bilo with Stuff and Cam, and yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.